And with a bit of virtual jet lag, mostly from starting my PlayStation on my US account, I've jumped into my first attempt on this week's Race C, Group 3 cars on Autopolis, and this is already a hated combo because it's a fuel saving race. A bit of fuel saving is needed, and it's only racing hard tires, and no pit stop required, and the dirty air is massive. And this was in the middle of the afternoon, Monday afternoon, just before I had to leave to do some work. So this means this is like 8:30 in the morning on the East Coast and basically in the middle of the night on the West Coast. So this lobby is clearly not representing the normal level of the US or the American servers, sorry, the American servers. And I didn't jump on this account at this hour because I wanted an easy win or anything. It was just like, yeah, it's like might want to brake for that one. That was my fault. Sorry about that. It just worked out fine for me last week to use my second account, which happens to be a US account, to just get into racing straight away and get a feel for how it is to drive the car in racing conditions, and how this dirty air everyone is talking about, how horrible it is. And I can tell you it is quite horrible. I often think that it's my driving that is suddenly even worse than it usually is, but yeah, really noticeable. So getting straight into racing instead of just doing a lot of time trial and then end up not even getting into doing races. So yeah, this takes some of the fear out of getting started, and I can really recommend it. Have a second account with a lower rating, or a rating you maybe not care that much about, and then just get used to it. Of course, still behaving well and being respectful to the cars around me. Yeah, I get a small tap from behind, but he waited, so clear mistake. No worries about that. But with me blabbering along, we are already up to P7. Still, keep in mind, this is an odd time of day, but yeah, just trying to feel it out. And so far I haven't spun or crashed or anything myself. I haven't done much more than like 15 minutes of time trial on this. So this is basically the same amount of preparation that I do for the Race A videos on Mondays. But let's get back to the action on the track. I've caught up with P6, who runs wide, makes a mistake, and I go up the inside, but then turns into me. I don't know if he didn't expect me to go there, but yeah, got a bit awkward, but we both survived. And now I've caught up with P5, and yeah, actually I was behind him for a while because of the dirty air, so it was not that easy to get a move done. But down the straight, the start-finish straight, I have so much more speed than him that I can easily make a pass into turn 1. And we are up to P5. Now let's see, we've caught up with Zero in P4, and it's a bit of the same situation actually. We are in the same car, but I have the slipstream. Maybe I don't need to fuel save as much as him at this stage of the race. I don't know, but either way, I make the move. He is very cooperative, so everything is good. And now we are closing in on P3. Actually got the fastest lap again there. Not that my fastest lap is that fast at all, but yeah, still fastest lap. And let's see, what can we do with Zero in front. Oh, that pretty much is solving itself. But I think, yeah, he's still keeping it on the inside. So yeah, and there was a bit of contact there. I accidentally bumped him, but you can say he came across my line and hit the brakes right away. But no worries, we are both okay. And I don't know what, I clearly didn't touch him at all. I think he just got a bit too eager and stabbed the throttle and just understeered off the track. The Porsche does tend to understeer when you try to put down the power. But now we have the yellow flags out, and it's the leader who has binned it somehow. Maybe he was running out of fuel and was trying to pit and failed to get into the pit entry. And that basically ended this race with me on P2, and then I had to go to work. Yeah, so now it's quite late in the evening in Europe, maybe around midnight or so. I had done quite a lot of races on the American servers, and they went quite horrible, most of them, with me driving badly or running into some dodgy drivers, and nothing really to report in a video, because it wasn't very entertaining. It was just bad, mostly on my behalf. But yeah, and the competition was getting stronger, so I clearly had to get some more practice in. But as the evening went forward, I started to find some sort of rhythm, and this is my last attempt of the evening. We've got some of the big guys coming on for racing. We've got Hellfire starting from the back, and we've got Tyrannosaurus had just joined the lobbies at this time. And yeah, I had to concentrate extra for this one, but was also finding some sort of rhythm. We had the first mistake happening here, and luckily he saw me coming, so I wasn't forced on the grass this time. So that was a free position for us, and we are basically just trying to keep it safe and not falling back too much from the cars in front of me. And during the race, I'm keeping an eye on when Hellfire is coming through the pack, because he is really fast, so I'm not going to be in the way of him. We are jumping a bit ahead in the race, and we are on lap 2, and we have another mistake. That's another free position for us, but I'll take it, and we are up to P5. Still just trying to make our way around and not be too stressed, and yeah, clearly have that dirty air issue to work with, so it's hard to follow close, but I'm doing the best I can, let's say that. Let's jump a bit further ahead in the race. We are jumping to lap 5, and I have P6 behind me, who has been stuck in my dirty air, but I think now he's getting a chance to make a pass. I'm not defending it because I had a feeling he might have some more pace than me, but somehow he didn't make that move work for now, so I'm keeping the position just for a bit more, and we're jumping again to lap 6. Now we've got Hellfire, and he's in the Ferrari, and he's flying, so I'm not trying to do anything. I'm putting my indicator on, telling him to just go past, and don't take notice of me accidentally putting on the hazards. That's just me pushing the wrong buttons, and yeah, I'm driving around my hazards on for a bit now until I notice it in the race. But yeah, letting Hellfire through was the right decision, because then we can both just get on with our race. The yellow flags are out, and let's see what is happening. Oh, it's Bacon Slayers, also known as F1 Slayers, on the European servers, who had binned it, and Hellfire binned it as well. So that brings us up to P3, but not for long, because now we've got Dick behind me going for a brave outside move, and he made it work. And now I've got Cyrus behind me, and yeah, he might be held up a bit by me now. He's in the McLaren, also nice to see some different cars. And I was getting a bit nervous now. I had a suspicion he was streaming. He's usually streaming on Twitch, and go check him out if you haven't already. Usually good times hanging out in his stream. But yeah, I'm keeping him at bay for now. He's clearly stuck in the dirty air as well. I have no clue how the McLaren is acting when in dirty air. But I have one lap to go, and we're jumping straight to the end of the final lap, where I make a mistake. I'm clearly getting nervous, getting on the grass. And now I just have to keep it tight. If I can just hit the lines, then it's almost impossible for Cyrus to get around me. So this might not be fast, but it seems to be effective right to this long right-hander, where he gets a better run out of the corner. I'm struggling a bit to get the car into the apex, and then he has the run on me, and it's going to be a close run to the finish. But I keep my P4, and that is the end of my adventures on the American servers. And thank you for watching. See you next time.